Hello, this is Gabriel, and today we are going to see how simple it is to model and edit in Cinema 4D just by using primitives and these three buttons over here. For this scene, I have used simple primitive objects, but I will delete them and I will show you how I did them. Let's start from scratch. As we have learned in our previous episode, the original condition of an object that we bring into our scene is not fully editable. To do that, we need to make it editable by clicking this button over here. Let us create another cube, just like the one we already brought into the scene, and leave it in the original state. And let's see what is the difference between them. I will make the original cube white and the editable cube blue. Let's see now what can I do with the original cube in the non-editable state. I can only adjust the parameters for the small dots that we have learned before, sizes, scale it, and that's about it. But I cannot deform it as I want further on. If I'm now clicking on the new cube that I made editable, we notice that we don't have those small yellow dots anymore. This means we can now do whatever we want with it. Let us now focus on these three buttons here. We have learned in the user interface video that these three buttons are the modeling for the points. This means they will let us select and edit the points. This button will let us select the lines or the edges of an object and edit it. And this button lets us select the faces of an object and edit it. Just by using the basic control buttons and selecting what we want to manipulate on our object, we notice that each face or point or edge we select takes the axis to let us move it or rotate it as we want. Let's select the face of this cube and move it. We can see it moves individually. It will not scale the entire object like the original. This way, we can adjust any element of our object as we prefer. Let's try to change into the dots selection. Let's take the select tool. Now we can move only the dots. We can move only dots that we select. And now it is fully editable. One more thing that we will notice is that the three buttons that lets us select the points, the edges, and the faces will not work on an original object. So if we select the original object and we try to move something from it, we cannot select it. Let us now create some simple objects and use other primitives just to see how these buttons affect our objects. So I will bring a new cube into our scene. Put it on the floor. Color it. We will learn about colors and materials in a different video. Make it editable. Scale it a little bit. And let's try to create a small box that we can see inside. For that, I will have to select the face polygon selection. Click on the face I want to delete. And now I can see inside. If I want to make this box less tall, all I have to do is select the points take the select tool, select all the points on the top and just move them lower. The possibilities to edit an object with these buttons in the editable mode are endless. I can fool around and rotate and have all kinds of different effects on our object. Let's now create a new cube and build a ramp for this box. We try to make it the same scale, move it a bit. At first, in the original state, we can adjust the height because we still can. And when we are sure object is ready to make it editable, we make it editable, select the point selection, we made a ramp. Let's now take a cylinder and see what we can do with it. Along the basic edit options that we have when it is still original, we will convert it. And now the selection of the dots will show us the entire collection of dots on the object. And only by applying the mouse over them, we can see the faces we can select. Let's create that plate from it that we have seen in the beginning of the video. We will select the points, selection tool, select all the points on the top, bring it down. And now we want to have an empty plate. If we delete the points, we lose it. So I'm going to undo this. I'm going to select the faces. We switch to the round selection. And we select only the faces that we want to delete. Then we delete. Now the object looks like a tray, but we want to make it like a plate. For this, I will go into a different port view from the side. I will pan and get closer to the object just so I can see better what I'm doing. I will select all the points from the bottom. Now we can see we have them all selected. I could not have done this in the perspective mode, unless I would just turn around the object and manually select each point. So that is a lot of work. That's why we used the side viewport. And now I will just use the scale button and scale it to make the plate from it. Here is one detail you will have to remember. When you are editing an object, you can see that the elements you want to edit will be highlighted and the object is in a fully editable mode. This means you cannot move it as an entire object because you'll still have these buttons active. So remember, every time you finish editing an object, remember to put it back into the object condition by pressing this button here. When you want to go back to editing, just choose your preferred element to edit. But remember, go back into the object model selection so you can manipulate the object as before. You can do all kinds of modeling and editing on any object you have from the drop-down menu here. Just make it editable and get creative. This concludes our today's practice on simple editing and modeling of objects in Cinema 4D. For more cool stuff, make sure you follow my next videos to see what's up.